Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe Lindsley, and I'd like to welcome, we both have an online audience and an in-person audience here. The people here at the LV Cafe. We are also joined right now by many people from throughout the world who are joining us as part of it's an unusual thing, an academic conference and jazz together. We have from the Ukrainian Catholic University, the program on integral human development in the digital age. This is the kickoff for a week-long conference. Also with Georgetown University, the University of Notre Dame, my alma mater in the U.S., and the Angelicum in Rome. And I'm very honored to, in this time, normally all the people attending the conference would be here in Lviv, but they can't be here, and so we wanted to offer them a virtual visit to what I think is one of the most sort of creative and inspiring cities right now in the world. I came here to Ukraine a year ago to attend this very conference, and I'm still here. Initially, the borders closed and I was stuck, and then I realized I was happy to be here. And fortunately, they did waive the visa requirement, so I am here legally. And so I've been able to collaborate with Dean Vladimir and the great people at UKU to help work in this conference. And we want to give you tonight a virtual taste of Lviv through what I think is one of the most special places in Lviv, this LV Cafe, which almost every night has jazz music. Jazz music is a type of conversation. All week, you guys at the conference are going to be talking about how we can build better societies. And I think tonight we can just enjoy what it's like to live in a better society. I want to introduce you to two people who are going to offer some brief remarks, and then we'll get to some amazing music here. First, I want to note, about 7 years ago, from just a few days ago, was the height and the conclusion of the Revolution of Dignity, Euromaidan. And since then, the Ukraine that I've observed is a place of great freedom, svoboda in Ukrainian, enterprise, and it's inspired me as an American. I feel like I see the spirit of 1776 here in Ukraine. One of the most inspiring things I've seen is a new media hub that was created here in Lviv called Tvоє Misto. They've created a form of public forum journalism that I think is inspiring, and today they are launching an English language website to better tell the stories of Lviv in Ukraine. And so with that, I would like to introduce you to the publisher and founder of Твоє Misto, which means your city, and Taras Yatchenko. Taras, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Greetings to all. Good evening to all those who are here present offline and those many people who are watching us online right now from all over the world. I think this is a good opportunity, as Joe's idea was to show today's audience, especially those who are watching us from different countries of the world, what we can say about Lviv. Because so often we as a media and also citizens of Ukraine see that there is a strong lack of information about Ukraine, about all these positive things that Joe was mentioning, he and many other colleagues and all those who are talking within the conference these days at UKU. They see that they see a lot of positive changes which we often or almost every day don't communicate at all to the world. So we decided to create an English language content which all of you can use starting since today, but also for it's a beta version. This is a small presentation. I think we can show it to you why the aim of this project is to show Lviv on the map of the world and to show what Lviv can propose to the world. And it also corresponds to today's theme of the UKU conference about human integrity in the digital age. But also we created so far a new section of our mobile application, but also we want to create a central information media about Lviv for all people living abroad and those who want to find out more on what's happening. So you can come right now. So far it's available only at app Твоє Misto TV/en, which means English. And since today you can use it, You can show to all your friends and share it. But I think in a week we'll have also desktop version at tvoyemisto.tv/inc or en, and you can read the news from Lviv and all the greatest stories from what is made here. But also in terms of today's conference, I want to say that both independent media and academic institutions create the environment that people in some community live in, and they influence this environment. I think in a better cooperation, in a joint cooperation, independent media and academic institutions like UKU can do a lot more and can do a lot to make this community flourish and share experience with the others. And also, I think that great music helps to create this community and these vibes and ecosystem. So I would like also to ask here to microphone Andriy Arnautov, or Andrew Arnautov, who knows everything about jazz in Lviv.
I don't know about everything. It might have been maybe a little exaggeration. So anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it is my great honor and privilege to share my thoughts on the behalf of this fine establishment. First, I would like to reflect back on the times when I first came to the United States. It was 1990, a few months before the collapse of the Soviet Union. I'm not going to get into the reasons why my final destination was Durham, North Carolina, but it just was. And just as I got off the train, my first intention was to go look for, not for the hotel, not for the restaurant or anything like that, but for a jazz club. And of course, it was a time when internet was non-existent. Just imagine the world without cell phones, and Google Maps was something indeed out of science fiction. And the only means of communication when you're not at home was a payphone. Although if you're even lucky to find one that had the phone receiver intact. So anyway, unfortunately, such place did not exist in Durham, North Carolina at the time. And I can only imagine how many hardships could have been spared if in starting a new life and a new place, for me personally as a jazz musician, if such place like LV Jazz Cafe existed, where colleagues and people, like-minded people get together, share their thoughts, ideas, and it's a good place to start. So anyway, later on when I moved to Chicago, there were a couple of places like that, and start new life was much easier in those places. But our mission is not just about that. Our mission is about educating people, creating a jazz community. It doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter who you are. If you're an open-minded person, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or advanced or a seasoned professional, you come to this place, you're open-minded, and you are willing to grow, you'll always be welcome here. And what we do here is, I host the weekly jam session that happens to be every Wednesday night. And what we do is we post 10 jazz standards that potential participants are expected to learn. And we change those every Wednesday. And that way, participants have a chance to develop their vocabulary of jazz standards. Jazz standards, for those who don't know, those are songs that are written by various jazz musicians, Broadway musical composers, that eventually became sort of like a golden foundation of and part of the jazz language that musicians use as a vehicle to communicate with one another. And that's what happens in a jam session. I mean, it was really a great honor to participate in a project like that, because other musicians, they come up to me and they show me a lot of times that show me their gratitude, that tell me how much they have learned and how much they have progressed in the past 6 months. And honestly, I can say same thing about myself. I feel like I'm not the same musician as I was 6 or 7 months ago. I have grown and progressed along with all the regular participants of this event. And right now, I would like to extend my gratitude to the owner and founder of this Lviv Jazz Cafe, Yuri Sadovy. Give me a hand of applause, please. Thank you very much for your attention. My name is Andrew, and I really hope to see you on Wednesdays here. We'll have some great music for you. Have a good evening.
Andrew, thanks very much for that. And I've seen firsthand here as a guest during this pandemic time how Andrew has mentored and encouraged so many young and even older musicians here through the jazz jams, and it really is it's inspiring. And I've lived in New York and New Orleans, and I think this place is up there with the very best I've seen in the world. I know it's up there with the best I've seen in the world, and maybe it is even, I think it's the best of New Orleans and New York. So all of you who are watching online, when you are able to travel, I hope you can come to Lviv, sometime in the future, and I think the city will welcome you. And so with that, we're going to get the music started soon, but I'd like to raise a glass to everyone who's watching. Some of you, if you're in Washington or New York or Austin, Texas, it's in the afternoon, but maybe you have a coffee, maybe an Irish coffee. But I'll raise a glass of Ukrainian wine, orange wine from the Carpathian Mountains, and maybe if everyone here in the room can offer a proper Ukrainian toast to those watching around the world, we can say Budmo, Budmo, which means we will. And so we'll just stick around for a few minutes. We'll have the musicians get back here on the stage, and we'll sit back and enjoy this evening. Дякую. Enjoy the conference. Thank you all. apologies to the good people sitting here in the cafe, but to those of you watching online, the band will be back here in a moment. Of course, this is a time we've all had to find out ways to adapt, and to bring together the in-person and the online can be quite an interesting thing, as we all know. But I want to say that, one, and with many conversations with Dean Vladimir at UKU, and from the education I had in Notre Dame, we have this week before us, for everyone in the conference, a great opportunity to figure out how we're going to live and structure our societies. And I think one thing that came up today is that the pandemic didn't necessarily change a lot of things, but it accelerated trends that were happening. And I appreciated all the panels today from Sofia Opatska and everyone. And I think we together, all the people that have been brought together for this conference, we can figure out some, if we're honest with the questions that we have, we can figure out some great vision on how we can build a better society as we get out of this, whatever you want to call it, this mess or this opportunity. So I just offer that while we're waiting for the band to get up. But I think one thing I have seen here, and I'm thinking of this because it is the revolution, the anniversary of the Revolution of Dignity here. But and as an American who's seen some of I think, how we've stopped believing in the American dream a little bit, I want to say that here in Ukraine, I believed in that dream again, because I see people who've lived and believe in the idea of liberty and freedom, not just as words that we talk about, but as a way of life. And I feel that here deeply during this time. So I hope that during the next 3 or 4 days, these themes we can explore and find ways to better define these ideas. And as Dean Volodymyr said today, to incorporate these ideas as actual virtues that we live in our life. So just one more comment then, and in just a few minutes we'll have the music up for you guys. And meanwhile, have a drink, have a coffee, enjoy. Slava Ukraini.
знову заграємо для вас декілька веселих пісень, і не дуже. І перша пісня буде не дуже весела. Вона називається «If I Should Lose You». Наступна композиція буде Коркова. Це була прекрасна пісня, яка називається «Корковада». А наступна пісня буде «On Green Dolphin Street». Зараз я хочу запросити на цю сцену одного видатного маестро, якого звати Яків Цвітінський. Прошу вітати. Ні, серйозно, прошу вітати, це дуже добрий трубач, не сидіть. О, разом з ним ми заграємо прекрасну пісню, яка називається It Could Happen to You. Але не сталося. Це був Яків Цвітінський. Прошу вітати. На цьому наш концерт, принаймні офіційний, професійна його частина добігає кінця. Я хочу оголосити музикантів, які для вас сьогодні грали. На саксофоні для вас грав Сергій Піскун. На роялі для вас грав Костянтин Кравчук. На контрабасі для вас грав Дмитро Зуєв. В кінці до нас доєднався маестро Яків Цвітінський. Мене звати Леонід Петкун. На цьому наш концерт завершено. Дякуємо, що прийшли. Приходьте ще. Це чудовий заклад. Що, заграємо на біс? Ми заграємо Мекінож.